Said nothing happened. Didn't you hear me?
Don't you feel well?
Oh, I'm tired to the death, Linda. I just couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it.
Well, where were you all day, dear? You look terrible.
I got a little over Yonkers and I stopped for a cup of coffee. Maybe it was the coffee.
What?
I suddenly couldn't drive anymore. The car kept going off on the shoulder, you know?
Oh. Well, maybe it was the steering again. You know, I don't think Angelo knows the Studebaker.
Oh, it's me. Suddenly I'm driving 60 miles an hour and I don't remember the last 5 minutes of it. I can't seem to keep my mind to it.
Maybe it was your glasses. You never went for your new glasses.
No, I see everything. You know, I came back 10 miles an hour. It took me nearly 4 hours from Yonkers.
Well, you'll just have to rest, Willie. You can't continue this way.
But I just got back from Florida.
Yes, but you didn't rest your mind. Your mind is overactive, and the mind is what counts, dear.
Well, I'll start out again in the morning. Maybe I'll feel better in the morning. These goddamn arch supports are killing me.
Take an aspirin. Should I get you an aspirin? It'll soothe you.
No. I was driving along, you understand? I was even observing the scenery. You can imagine me observing scenery on the road every week of my life. But it's so beautiful up there, Linda. The trees are so thick and the sun was warm. I opened up the windshield just to let the warm air bathe all over me. And then suddenly I'm going off on the shoulder, you know. I absolutely forgot I was driving. I'm telling you, if I had gone the other way over the white line, I might have killed somebody. So I went on again, and after another 5 minutes, I'm dreaming again, and I have such thoughts. I have such strange thoughts.
Willie, dear, talk to me again. There's no reason why you can't work in New York.
They don't need me in New York. I'm the New England man. I'm vital to New England.
But you're 60 years old. They can't expect you to keep traveling every week.
Well, I have to send a wire in the morning. I'm supposed to see Brown and Morrison to show them the new line at 10 a.m. God damn it, I could sell them.
Why don't you go down to that place tomorrow and tell Howard you simply got to work in New York? Too accommodating, dear.
Well, if old man Wagner were alive, I'd be in charge of the New York area by now. That man was a masterful man. He was a prince, but that boy of his, that Howard, well, he don't appreciate it. You know, when I went north the first time, the Wagner Company didn't even know where New England was.
Well, why don't you tell these things to Howard, dear?
I will. Definitely will. Say, is there any cheese?
I'll make you a sandwich.
Oh, no. I'll take some milk. You go on to bed. I'll be up right away. Say, are the boys in?
They're sleeping. Harry took Biff on a date tonight.
Is that so?
It was so nice seeing them shaving one behind the other in the bathroom and then going out together. You notice the whole house smells of shaving lotion?
You figure it out. You work a lifetime to pay off the house, and you finally own it, and there's no one to live in it.
What's your life is a casting off. It's always that way.
No. Some people accomplish something. Did Biff say anything after I left this morning?
You shouldn't have criticized him, Willie, especially when he just got off the train. You mustn't lose your temper with him.
Well, when the hell did I lose my temper? I simply asked him if he was making any money. Is that a criticism?
But dear, how could he make any money?
Well, there's something undercurrent in him. He's become a moody man. Well, did he apologize after I left?
He was crestfallen, Willie. You know how he admires you. I think that if he finds himself, you'll both be a lot happier and not fight anymore.
Where can he find himself? On a farm? As a farmhand? I mean, you know, in the beginning I thought, well, it's good for a young man to tramp around, take a lot of different odd jobs, but it's been more than 10 years and he's yet to make $35 a week.
But he's finding himself, Willie.
Finding yourself at the age of 34 is a disgrace. The trouble is, he's lazy, goddammit.
Willie, please!
This is a lazy bum!
They're sleeping. Go get something to eat. Go on down.
What brought him home? That's what I'd like to know. Why did he come home?
I don't know. I think he's lost. I think he's very lost.
Biff Loman is lost? In the greatest country in the world, a young man with such personal attractiveness gets lost? And such a hard worker. That's one thing about Biff. He ain't lazy.
He never?
I'll see him in the morning. I'll have a nice talk with him. stop selling. Oh, he'd be big in no time. You remember how I used to smile at him in high school? Well, when he looked at them, their faces lit up, and when he walked down the street,
Willie, I got a new kind of American type cheese today. It's whipped.
Why do you get American cheese when I like Swiss?
I thought you'd like a change.
I don't want to change! I want Swiss cheese! Why am I always being contradicted?
I thought it would be a surprise.
Did you open a window in here, for God's sakes?
They're all open here.
They box us in with the windows and bricks and windows.
We should have bought the land next door.
The street is lined with cars. There ain't a breath of fresh air in the neighborhood. The grass don't grow anymore. You can't raise a carrot in the backyard. Well, they should have had a law against apartment houses. You remember those two beautiful elms out there when Biff and I hung the swing between them?
Yeah, it was like being a million miles away from the city.
You should have arrested the builder for cutting them down. Massacred the neighborhood. You know, more and more I think of those days when the lilacs came out, and the wisterias, and the peonies, and the daffodils. What a fragrance in this room.
Well, after all, people had to move somewhere.
No, there's more people now.
Oh, I don't think there's more.
There's more people now! That's what's ruining this country. The population's getting out of control. The competition's maddening. Smell the stink from that apartment house over there? And there's another one on the other side. How can they whip cheese?
Go now and try it, will you? And be quiet.
You're not worried about me, are you, sweetheart?
Oh, you've got too much on the ball to worry about.
You're my foundation and my support, Linda.
Just try to relax, dear. You make mountains out of molehills.
Sure, I won't fight with him anymore. If he wants to go back to Texas, we'll let him go.
He'll find his way.
Sure. Certain men don't find themselves till later in life, like Thomas Edison or B.F. Goodrich. I think one of them was deaf. Yeah, I'll put my money on Biff.
Biff, I think Pop is back.
Oh, and Willie, if it's warm Sunday, we'll drive in the country and open the windshield and take lunch.
No. Windows don't open on those new cars.
But you opened it today.
Me? I didn't. Well, isn't that peculiar? That is remarkable.
What, darling?
That is the most remarkable thing.
What, dear?
I could have sworn I was driving that Chevy today. In 1928, when I had that little red Chevy, I thought I was driving that car today.
It's nothing, dear. Something must have reminded you.
That is remarkable. You remember how Biff used to Simonize that car and the dealer refused to believe it had 80,000 miles on it? Oh. Well, I'll be right up. You go on to bed. Yes, sir.
Jeez. Maybe he's snapped on the car again.
Be careful on the stairs, dear. The cheese is on the middle shelf.
He's going to get his license taken away to keep that up. I'll get nervous about it, you know, Biff?
His eyes are going.
I've driven with him. He sees all right. He just doesn't keep his mind on it, that's all. I drove into the city with him the other day, and he comes to a green light, and he stops, and it turns red, and he goes.
Oh, maybe he's colorblind.
Pop, he's got the finest eye for color in the business, you know that.
Going to sleep.
You're not still sour on that, are you, Biff?
It's all right, I guess.
Yes, sir. 82,000 miles.
Hey, you smoking?
You want one?
Never sleep when I smell it.
What a Simonizing job there.
Funny, Biff, you know? Us sleeping in here again? With these old beds? All the talk went across these two beds. Our whole lives, huh?
Yeah. A lot of dreams and plans.
There's about 500 women that would like to know what's said in this room.
Hey, you remember that Big Betsy something? What the hell was her name? Over on Bushwick Avenue?
With the collie dog.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I got you in there, remember that?
Yeah, that was my first time, I think. Boy, there was a pig. You taught me everything I know about women, Biff. But don't forget that.
I bet you forget how bashful you used to be, especially with girls.
I still am.
Oh, go on.
I just controlled it, that's all. I think I got less bashful and you got more so. What happened to the old humor? The old confidence?
I don't know.
What's the matter?
Why does Dad mock me all the time?
He's not mocking you. He just...
Everything I say, there's a twist of mockery on his face. I can't get near him.
He just wants you to make good, that's all. I've been meaning to talk to you about Dad for a long time, Biff. Something's happening to him. He talks to himself.
Yeah, I noticed that this morning, but he's always mumbled.
Not so noticeable. It got so embarrassing, I sent him to Florida. And you know something? Most of the time he's talking to you.
Well, what's he say about me?
I don't know. I can't make it out.
What's he say about me?
I just think the fact that you're not settled, that you're still kind of up in the air is...
I think there are one or two other things depressing him now.
Oh, what do you mean?
Just don't lay it all on me, that's all.
I think if you just got started, I mean, is there any future for you out there?
I don't know, Adam. I don't know what the future is. I don't know what I'm supposed to want.
What do you mean?
Well, I spent about 6 or 7 years after high school trying to work myself up. Shipping clerk, salesman, business of one kind or another, and it's a measly manner of existence. To get on that subway on the hot mornings in summer, and to devote your whole life to keeping stock or making phone calls or selling or buying, to suffer 50 weeks of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation, when all you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt off and to always have to get ahead of the next fella. And still, that's how you build a future.
Well, you content on a farm? Are you really happy out there?
I've had about 20 or 30 different jobs since I left home before the war, and it always turns out the same. I just realized it lately. In Nebraska when I herded cattle, in the Dakotas, and Arizona, and now in Texas. It's spring in Texas now, see, and well, they've got about 15 new colts, and well, there's nothing more inspiring or beautiful than the sight of a mare and a new colt. And well, it's cool there now, see. Texas is cool and it's spring. Well, anytime spring comes to where I am, I suddenly get the feeling, my God, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell am I doing with my life? Playing around with horses, $28 a week. I ought to be making my future. That's when I come running home. And every time I get here, I don't know what to do with myself. I've always made a point of not wasting my life. And every time I come home, I know that all I've done is to waste my life.
You're a poet. You know that? And you're an idealist.
No, I'm mixed up real bad. Maybe I gotta get married. Maybe I gotta get stuck into something. Maybe that's my trouble. I'm like a boy. I'm not married, I'm not in business, I'm like a boy. How about you, Pat? Are you content? You're a success, aren't you? Are you content?
Hell no.
Oh, why not? You're making money, aren't you?
All I can do is wait for the merchandise manager to die. And suppose I get to be merchandise manager. He's a good friend of mine, and he built a terrific estate on Long Island. And he lived there about 2 months, and he sold it. And now he's building another one. He can't enjoy it once it's finished. And I know it's just what I would do. I don't know what the hell I'm working for. Sometimes I sit in my apartment, all alone, and I think of the rent I'm paying, and it's crazy. Then again, it's everything I always wanted. My own car, apartment, plenty of women. Still, God damn it, I'm lonely.
Hey, listen. Why don't you come out west with me?
You and I, huh?
Sure, maybe we could buy a ranch. You know? Men built like we are, working out in the open.
The Loman brothers.
Sure. We'd be known all over the counties.
That's what I dream about, Biff. Some sometimes I want to stand up in the middle of that store and rip my clothes off and outbox that goddamn merchandise manager. I can outbox, outrun, and outlift anybody in that store. And still I gotta take orders from these common petty sons of bitches till I can't stand it anymore.
You know, Hap, if you were with me out there, I'd be happy.
Hey, you see, Biff, everybody around me is so false that I'm constantly lowering my ideas.
Trouble is, Hap, we weren't brought up to grub for money. I don't know how to do it.
And neither do I.
Then let's go.
The only trouble is, what can you make out there?
Look at your friend. Builds an estate and then has the peace of mind to live in it?
Yeah, but when he walks into the store,
Yeah.
the waves part in front of him. That's $52,000 a year coming through the revolving door, and I got more in my pinky than he's got in his head.
What you just said.
I gotta show some of those pompous, self-important executives that Hap Loman can make the grade. I want to walk into the store the way he walks in. Then I'll go with you, Biff. We'll be together yet, I swear. Now take those two creatures we had tonight. Weren't they gorgeous?
Yeah. Most gorgeous I've had in years.
I get that whenever I want, or whenever I feel disgusted. The only trouble is, it gets to be like bowling or something. I just keep knocking them over and it doesn't mean anything. Are you still running around a lot?
Oh, no. I like to find a girl. Steady. Someone with substance.
That's what I long for.
Go on. You'd never come home.
I would. Somebody with character. You know, like Mom, with resistance. You're gonna call me a bastard when I tell you this. But that girl Charlotte I was with tonight is engaged to be married in 5 weeks.
No kidding.
Sure. The guy's in line for vice presidency of the store. I don't know what gets in me. Maybe I have an overdeveloped sense of competition or something. But I went and ruined it. And furthermore, I can't get rid of it. And he's the third executive I've done that to. Isn't that a crummy characteristic? And to top it all, I go to their weddings. Like I'm not supposed to take bribes. And manufacturers will offer me a $100 bill every now and then to throw an order their way. And, well, you know how honest I am, see? But it's like this girl, I hate myself for it. Still, I take it. I love it. Well, what's the matter?
Let's go to sleep.
I guess we didn't settle anything, huh?
Well, I think I've got one idea that I think I'm going to try.
Oh, what's that?
You remember Bill Oliver?
Sure, Oliver's very big now. You want to work for him again?
No, but when I left, he said something to me. He put his arm around my shoulder and he said, "Biff, if you ever need anything, come to me."
I remember that. That sounds good.
I think I'll go see him. If I could get $10 or even $7,000 or $8,000, I could buy a beautiful ranch.
I bet he backed you, Biff. Because he thought highly of you. I mean, they all do. You're well liked. That's why I say to come back here. And we both have the apartment. And I'm telling you, kid, any babe you want.
No, with a ranch I could do the work I like and still be somebody. I just wonder, though. I wonder if he still thinks I stole that carton of basketballs.
He probably forgot that long ago. That was over 10 years. Too sensitive. Anyways, he didn't really fire you.
Yeah, but I think he was going to. I think that's why I quit. I do know that he thought the world of me, though. I was the only one he let lock up the place.
Yeah, you gonna wash the engine, Biff, huh?
You hear that?
Don't get your sweater dirty, Biff.
You hear that? Isn't that terrible? Don't leave again, will you? You gotta stick around. I don't know what to do about it anymore. It's getting so embarrassing.
Oh, what a Simonizing job.
Doesn't he know Mom can hear that?
Go on to sleep. But talk to him in the morning, will you?
With her in the house. Brother.
No kidding, Biff. You got a date? Wonderful. Oh.
Wish you'd have a good talk with him.
Selfish, stupid.
Sleep, Biff.
You just want to be careful with those girls, Biff. That's all. Don't make any promises. No promises of any kind. Because the girls, you know, they always believe what you tell them. And you're too young to you're talking seriously to girls, Biff. Too young and tired. You want to get your schooling first. And then, when you're all set, there'll be plenty of girls for a boy like you. Yeah, is that so? The girls are paying for you? Well, you must really be making a hit. I wondered why you polished the car so carefully. Hey, don't forget the hubcaps, boys. Get a chamois to the hubcaps. Hey, Hap, use a newspaper on the windows. It's the easiest thing. Biff, show them how to do it. Show them. Pat it up, use it like a pad. That's it. That's it. Good work, Biff. Good work. Hey, Biff, you know, the first thing we gotta do is we gotta cut down that branch over the house. I'm afraid it's gonna fall and hit the roof in a storm. I tell you what, we'll get a nice piece of rope, we'll sling her around there, we'll climb up with a couple of saws, and then we'll take her down. Hey, as soon as you guys finish the car, I got a surprise for you.
What do you got, Dad?
Oh, no. You finish your job first. You never leave a job till it's finished. You remember that. Biff, when I was up in Albany last time, I saw a beautiful hammock. I think I'll get it next time I'm up there. And we'll hang it right between the elms. Oh, wouldn't that be something? Just sitting there, beneath the elms, swinging back and forth. That would be something, huh? How's that, Pop? Hey, terrific job, boys. Good work, Biff.
Where's the surprise, Pop?
Oh, it's in the backseat of the car.
Hey, what'd you get us, Dad?
Never you mind. It's something I wanted you to have.
Hey, what is it, Hap?
It's a punching bag.
Oh, Pop!
It's got T-Teddy's signature on it.
Oh, gee, how'd you know we wanted a punching bag?
Well,